Hello everyone. Today I'm going to discuss with you regarding medical writing. As you know, medical writing is a profession which is very esteemed profession, right? So I'm going to discuss with you the basic things of medical writing, which will help you to understand what it is exactly. Okay, so I will share with you a PPT. Just give me a second. Right. I think you can see the presentation now. So medical writing, like I said, it is a esteemed profession in which we are going to write the medical documents, and it is actually it is very evolving profession nowadays, right? Because it's related to clinical research, writing clinical research guidelines, all the pages. Then it is writing regarding peer review journals. So all that involves under the medical writing. So let me share the next flow of presentation. Right. So today's flow of presentation, I can go like this, like definition, then types of medical writing. First, we will see the definition of medical writing. Then we will see what are the types of medical writing. Then we'll go for the duties and role of medical writers. Then we'll see the medical writing organization, like which are the organizations are there, which will help you to which will help you to increase your skills regarding medical writing, how to get a job in medical writing and everything. Then next we'll see skills required for medical writing. Obviously, we'll learn about that. Then job profile as a medical writer means what will be your job role as a medical writer, that we will understand in in very briefly. And the conclusion, overall, which are the companies who has given opportunity for the medical writing, right? So I hope you got this. This is our flow of presentation. So let's start with the first thing, that is medical writing. What it is medical writing, right? So see, medical writing is a profession, that is, or the activity of producing scientific documents by applying the principle of clinical research. So here I want to mention one point that medical writing, it is related to clinical research also, and general, that is related to physiotherapy, or what we can say, it is related to doctors and all. Okay, so mostly for pharma students will go in this in clinical research documents or clinical trial documents, which will describe the research results, product use, and other medical information. That is what the medical writing. And maybe you are thinking, for medical writing, one should be doctor or scientist or like that. No, any man or the person who is from the life science background, they can go or enter into the medical writing field. But obviously that person should have to have the proper communication and writing skills. Then that person will be eligible for this. Now the next, the curtains are moving. So next is the types of medical writings. Like you have heard about the medical journalism, educational medical writing. Here, one by one we'll go. Medical journalism, then followed by that, educational medical writing, medical marketing of healthcare products. So for that also, we have to do lot of research, and we have to arrange the slides. We have to do for marketing. We need to write many things to convey the audience, or what we can say, clients or customers. Then publication and presentation and research documents. This is the most important part of the medical writing. And the regulatory medical writing. This is the different area, I can say. Different area in the sense it is very, very, very most important, because regulatory medical writing, it needs for the every pharmaceutical industry, pharmaceutical manufacturing, everywhere where the auditings, and you need to follow all the guidelines which is given by the regulatory agencies. So regulatory medical writing, it is like a carefully you have to do all the documents, and you have to perfect it, right? So regulatory medical writing, it is also a type of medical writing. So here you can see I have put one image that shows I inserted this image from Google itself, because in simple language it indicates health and medical article and blog post. Means even medical writing, you are writing blogs, you are writing abstract, you are writing posts for layman, for the researcher, for the scientist, for everybody, right? So how do you get into that? What are the important things to write the blogs and posts? First thing, literature search. You need to do thorough literature search for this, right? So that's why one point here they have mentioned, that is SEO optimized, like a search engine operation optimized, means proper. You should have keywords which will find out to the point which you are finding, right? Reader friendly, obviously. If I'm writing any documents and you are not interested into that, then there is no use, like it's useless. Nobody is going to read your article or read your journal or blog post, anything. It should be optimized, proper, then easy to read for layman and easy to understand for the person who is from our background. It should be plagiarism free, it should not copied from other documents, and it is well researched. You need to do proper research on that, and then you can easily convey your point of view to the other person, right? Yeah, so those are the types of medical writing. If you want to take a screenshot or something like that, please go ahead with that. No issue at all. Now, the first type, that is medical journalism. So you can see here the papers in the left side and all. So yeah, it's very simple, like newsletters, newspaper, magazine articles, that comes under medical journalism. Nowadays, medical journalism is also very vast field, which is giving you the which is explaining you the data to the layman, lay people, because they don't know the technical language or they don't know the medical concepts. So for them, we are writing blogs, we are writing posts, we are writing magazines, we are writing newspapers. So medical journalism is that kind. You are explaining any disease or you are explaining any drug to the person who doesn't understand the medical language. Okay, simply we can say we are explaining to the non-technical person, okay, who doesn't belong to our industry. So medical journalism is also one type of field. Like I said, medical writing is having a very big job profile, but just a second. Sorry, yeah. So medical writing is having a very big job profile. Yes, medical journalism is also the vast field. So if anybody is interested, you can go into that, and it contains mostly newspaper, magazines for the general public and lay people. Okay. Now the next that is, I have added lots of transitions and animations to look it make it better. Next is educational medical writing. You can see here educational. The word itself indicates educational, means it is related to our field. It is related to our documents. Our field means pharma field, or we can say life sciences. The person who is technical, they can only do this, right? So see, it means writing documents about drugs, like generic drug, branded drug, the drugs which coming into the market, like, right? So then biologicals, and for general audience as well as healthcare professional for understanding and reference. Just for understanding, what are the symptoms of these drugs, what are the uses of these drugs, or you can say like what are the side effects and adverse effect of these drugs, how these device work, all those things comes under the educational medical writing. So I will read one by one now. First point here, you can see it contains e-learning modules for healthcare people. First thing, e-learning modules. So nowadays, like everybody is searching on Google, what is this, what is that, any kind of disease or like drug, what are the uses of these drugs. So everything we are searching on the net. So e-learning modules are prepared by these people only who are the medical writers. Okay. And so you can take, you can say that educational medical writing is very important, and for the drugs, devices, and biologicals, it is kind of connected. Okay. Then educational medical writing again comes under these medical journal articles for doctors, nurses, and pharmacists, obviously. So the people who are writing the like journals, medical journals, which should be understand by the doctors, nurses, and pharmacists, because they are the one who are in the field, right? In medical writing, they are just writing, but the working people are doctors, nurses, and pharmacists. So they should have thorough and proper knowledge of everything, right? Then next is programs and enduring materials for continuing education and continuing medical education. Then for understanding medical education, one has to arrange the programs to understand this, right? Then literature for new drugs, generic as well as branded drugs. Search educational medical writing also comes regarding generic drugs and branded drugs. So you know the basic difference between generic and branded. If some persons are from very they don't know anything, so I will give you the basic definition: generic and branded. Generic drugs means the drugs which you can directly we can say API is present, that is active pharmaceutical ingredient. There is no need of excipients and all that comes under the generic category. And mostly generic drugs are having a low cost as compared to the branded drugs. Okay. Then data presentation for medical conferences, that also comes under the education medical writing. Okay, so yeah, if you want to take a screenshot or if you want to write or anything, you can note down also. Now next, next second. Now next is medical marketing of healthcare products. So now on this screen you can see the photos, monographs. This is kind of brochure, and this is kind of handouts, and this is kind of manual. So you know if any drug you want to do the marketing, right? You want to do the marketing, then how you are going to do? First thing, here monograph, you can say see monograph. So if any drug is coming out into the market, so first thing it's very important, that is monograph means the information regarding drug. What are the side effects, the adverse effect, content of drug, how it acts, all those things. Brochure contains everything, means brochure is the little large documents and it contains the information regarding that healthcare product or healthcare document, healthcare devices, right? So brochure contains all the information regarding that product. So marketing through, we can do marketing through like this product, like a manual. You can prepare the manual how to handle this product or how to work out with this product, right? Or you can make handouts, means hand notes. You can also prepare. So that is for the marketing of the medical marketing of healthcare products. Okay, I hope you are getting my points. If you are not getting anything or you are not understanding anything, please feel free to contact me. I will provide my email ID in chat box. If you want to mail me regarding any notes or anything, please contact me. Feel free to contact me. Now next, yeah, publication and presentation. This is the very crucial part of medical writing. As you know, medical writing itself, like they used to publish the papers, they used to write peer reviews, right? So publication and presentation is a crucial part here. So here I have attached one journal, that is a Nature journal. You know, it's very high impact factor journal. And journals, case report, case study. Here I have just downloaded one case study from directly from Google to understand what is the case report. So write the case report. If any patient or if any person is having something or that person is suffering from something, then you know, we prepare the case report on that person, right? So this is related to psychological case, like resident name, date of home visit, patient identification, medical history, psychological history, family program, and everything comes under this case study. Okay, case study report. And if you want to find out more, you can directly put how to write a case study report. So you will come to understand. Then next is what is a scientific abstract, right? This is abstract. So abstract also the very important part, from which only we look into that paper, or we go depth into that paper to read what it is about, right? Like a background introduction will give in first two line, then methods, which methods are explained in that paper or review, then result and findings, whether results and findings are properly outcome is good, or like everything we come to know. And conclusion, what is the conclusion? So abstract, only by with the help of the 10-12 lines we can understand this what is that paper about. So abstract writing is very, very, very crucial. So if you one can write a proper abstract, then that person can be interested into your review or article. If your abstract is not properly graphed, then it will be very, very difficult. Right? I hope you are getting my point, and this is all the part of medical writing itself. Now, we are looking into the clinical research, so research documents which you have to prepare, and which you have to submit at the time of auditing, at the time of every what we can say clinical trial submissions. So these documents, the list of these 5 documents are very important. Like I will read first. Clinical trial protocols. All protocols regarding clinical trials. 1, 2, 3, and 4 pages are there, basically. Right? I'm not counting the preclinical trials and all. Only clinical trials. Phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4. So for every phases, whatever subject or whatever volunteers we are using to check the drugs, we need to complete all the protocols, right? Investigator brochure, that is also the very important. IB, in simple form, you can also call IB. Investigator brochure, it includes all the investigator which is perform the doctors or physician, they are performing on that subject. So that brochure is there. Then informed consent document. This is very, like what I can say, consent document. The subjects who are giving consent to the consent to the company that we are going to we are ready for this, and whatever happens, we are eligible. We are on this on us. Okay. So consent documents means you are giving consent to that patient. That's we are okay with everything you are performing on them, right? So this is very important and very at most important for the submission as well. Okay, then study reports and the research proposals. Finally, research proposals. So remember, why I have included this in medical writing, because there are many companies who are mostly working on these documents. Okay, that's why I have included those documents into this. Now, regulatory medical writing. Like I said, this we can consider as a special branch, and I'm going to explain you everything in next slide. This is our basic, right? So first you can read here. This very important documentation cause regulatory agencies like FDA, MHRA, TGA Australia, MHRA Japan, FDA USA requires in the approval process for drug devices and biologicals. So just a second. It is very important for the submission process, right? So just a second, sorry. Yeah, so for the approval of drugs, devices and biologicals, one has to go through the regulatory medical writing. Like I said, it's very important and very wide branch, and because all submissions are there. So let's go with the next. It contains, one by one we'll see, it contains first thing in regulatory, that is patient safety informed consent form. Any regulatory agency will ask you for this, like all the consent form from the subject for the subject safety. BABE study protocols. So this is related to bioavailability and bioequivalence study protocols, all the protocols regarding this. Then next, Package insert and patient information leaflets. Package inserts means all the like all the medicine which you have given to the patient, and patient information leaflet means all the information of patient on which age and all those things. The person is suffering from any disease, or that person is taking any drug or any medicine. Then next is clinical study reports. Clinical study reports includes all the what we can say, the adverse effects, side effects after taking the drugs on all the volunteers, all the subjects. Yeah, so regulatory submission documents such as PSUR, periodic safety report, what we call CTD, common technical documents, annual safety reports for the safety efficacy issues. So all these documents comes under the regulatory medical writing. Now we'll see the most important and awaited part, that is the job profile as a medical writer. What are the requirements exactly? Medical knowledge. The medical writing itself indicates you should have all the basic information about the diseases and drug. Not like uh, all diseases, but you should have knowledge of the basic concepts of the medical. Then drug development process. As you know, drug development process is very lengthy and like 8 to 10 years. So you should be aware about all the clinical phases, clinical trials, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4. Then domain knowledge, you should have the domain knowledge of medical writing, right? What it includes. But I personally can say here that grammar is very important for the medical writing. Then statistics is also the best important part of medical writing. Technical guidelines, you should aware about the guidelines. Then literature and reference searching, from which where you collect the data and you will make one document. Interpretation and presentation of data. Interpretation and presentation of data. So this is also important. Whatever data you are collecting, you have to present it properly. Then ethical and legal issues. Yes, so that is about the requirements of the medical writing position. Medical writing organization, that is Indian Medical Writing Association. There are many organizations. So here are the four: IMWA, EMWA, AMWA, and American Medical Writer Association. If you want to go into the details of medical writing, you can go through these sites. Next, this image I have directly taken from the Google itself. You can see here, these are the 8 steps which that is what medical writers do. First, the medical writers should be get focused about whatever they are searching. Choose the field, proper field they have to choose. Then collect knowledge. Collect knowledge means do the proper literature search. Explore relevant resources. This is the most important. Explore relevant resources means you need to find out the authentic journals, authentic information regarding the topic which on which you are writing the document. Understand terminologies, whatever terminologies, because as you know, medical writing contains various fields, oncology, cardiology, and all those. And so one should understand those terminologies. Then appropriate language. This is also very important. You cannot use very simple language to explain that scientific document. Systematic content. Content should be very properly written and get accepted. If it is plagiarism free, your paper or review will be accepted. So those are the 8 crucial steps. Here, one more image I have inserted from Google itself. So you can see from this arrow to this arrow, medical communication. Like I have explained you the basics of medical communication, and this is regulatory medical writing. So we'll read one by one. What are the areas which is helpful for these positions or in this field. So regulatory medical writing, I will start from bottom. First, CTD modules for regulatory submission, that all common technical documents are very important for the submission. Then this you can see here CSR, that is a clinical safety report, PSUR, that is periodic safety update reports, DSUR, that is a development safety update reports. Then again protocols like investigation, voucher, we have studied that. Then chemistry manufacturing, chemicals manufacture, and clinical reports. This is also important. Then toxicological reports, that is health hazard assessment, regulatory responses are the important part of medical writing. Then conferences, abstract and posters, like we have discussed earlier. And then in communication, newsletters, slide kits, book chapters, website, basic journals, then promotional material, patient education material, teaching material for physician and other special audience. This is also very important. Publications, systemic reviews and research manuscripts should be there. And like product labels, this is also very important, like product information, patient information leaflet. And this is like a product characteristics, SMPC means specific product characteristics, and patient narratives. So these all small things, but it's very important in medical writing and medical communication. Now, so this is also I have earlier discussed with you, like regulatory writing and medical communication. Regulatory writing, these what I have discussed with you. Now just focus on this target audience. Who are the target audience? Target audience is regulatory authorities, obviously. So who is going to read your documents or everything that is are accessed by whom? Regulatory authorities, physicians, patients, scientific community, and general public. So general public, that we have discussed, medical journalism is there for them. And these are the companies who will provide you the like a medical writing position and many things you can search here, like Biocon, Merck. These are just few examples you can search. You will get all the list: Wipro, Ranbaxy, Apollo, Accenture. Thank you. Thank you for listening. Please like my channel and subscribe. Quote of the day: less dreaming, more dreaming. Thank you. Thank you.